Let's work on this header navigation homepage navbar, like right now. Can't let you guys to work on code without seeing this beauty, of course. After all, how you guys will know what we are working on today? Homepage and navigation are the two most important parts of any website, because this is the first thing anybody is gonna see when they open your site. So make sure header navigation homepage show as many of your skills as possible without making it look so stuffed. And it definitely should be fancy. If it's a web developer's portfolio, this advice applies the most to you. Homepage should always have a button linking somewhere in your web page. In this site, I have 3 arrows pointing down. This homepage should also convey your work. Like in this site we have written, can create your dream website, meaning it's a website creator or web developer's portfolio. For navigation, make sure it's as user-friendly as possible. Let me just put these 1 and 2 images inside header folder. We will only use these images in the header. First, let's open up our browser inside VS Code. Ah, lovely, isn't it? Our localhost is 5502, obviously. Okay, so today we do header, homepage, navbar. Let's call these things head page bar. I don't know why I mixed these things. If you are wondering about how I am writing code with these shortcut methods, well, there is this thing called Emmet. Less than sign for children, dot for class name, hash for ID name. I am pretty sure I made a detailed short about it. Let me find it for you in the description. Remember, we have header images inside header folder. Now double it and give it to the next person. This sounds so weird from the AI voice guy. Now comes our cute logo. With all the animation I have to add to it, I decided not to use the existing text classes, so as to not confuse this video, but always prefer to use your text defaults for consistency and everything. By the way, notice how everything is capitalized. Well, we made the text transform capitalized in body. Thought I should remind you of the CSS that we did in the last video. Here comes our fancy arrows pointing to the About section. While reworking on this, I realized the logo name sounds familiar. And then I remembered I made this in the Fast and Furious era, hence the name. Come to think of it, its era never ended, considering a new one keeps coming. Here our pretty navigation bar enters the chat. This data navbar is a custom attribute that we will use in JavaScript to handle navbar. We will use more custom attributes here. You can also store values in these custom attributes. This is a box icon code for close button. Here comes the unordered list. Remember when we talked about role, where if we want to list style to none on any all elements, we will simply add the role attribute. So I really need an answer to this. So in portfolios, some people say skill bars should not be included. Some think otherwise. Some say this or that part should be or should not be included. What do you think a perfect portfolio should or shouldn't include, especially for a web designer or web developer? Make sure to link the right section ID name in ref. Copy-paste this navbar item class 6 times. Without active class and anchor tag, active class stays with home link. For now, we will use JavaScript to throw this active class among navbar items, like a ball. While we wait for link names to get written properly, please be nice and follow me, so I don't feel so lonely here on YouTube. Finally, the open menu button, which will be animated. It is the most cutest part of this navbar, to the point I have decided to add it everywhere. It's inspired by the video here. I love it to the point of adding it to my responsive restaurant website. Not that I am promoting my other video that I am proud of. This overlay will be seen over the web page content when the navbar is open.
And hide when close.
Break time. Let's see how this looks. Gross. Run to CSS now. Do you guys like this tear transition? Anyways, This CSS is gonna be long, so get ready. Watch this heading or logo change from giant size to small on scroll. It's just gonna take some code though. This sticky class is when we have scrolled past home, so our header is just at the top. We will add this sticky scenario to other elements as well. So when sticky class is active, other elements transition to the given styling. Like logo will become small and go to the left of the header. English is not my language. Sometimes becomes difficult to explain. Oh yeah, we gotta deal with these models and their images too. I wanted 2 pictures of the same guy but couldn't find it. At least they look like the same person, right? Right? Keyframes first? Nah, later. You can write keyframes first too, but why should we? We are aligning these 2 images horizontally, that's why we used 200% width. With keyframes animation, we will move these images left, giving them slider animation. Simple but cool, right? I think I did a video on animation, but it's such a noob's video that I won't add in the description. This makes me shy. I was too young for YouTube. Make sure your images are covering up the whole screen and not covering up the whole screen in a sticky situation. No text besides logo allowed in a sticky situation. We will initiate the sticky situation with JavaScript. Sometimes we should use old methods to center stuff like translate. This AI guy, I don't like him. Jeff was good. Go watch the first video of this portfolio to understand. You guys should watch it anyway. These videos are linked. Here comes the about arrows. By the way, make sure z-index of Navbar is always more than anything. It should be on top of everything. We will deal with that in the Navbar section. We are going to give each child of scroll animation delay so they move in a different pace. That's why we're using nth child property. This made me realize we can't even see those scroll children. We forgot to give border. We will add it when we will go through all the code to see if we missed something, which we clearly need to do. Here comes the actual animation, which we obviously can't see. Don't worry, we will by the end of CSS. Here comes logo in a sticky situation. Finally, we get to deal with Navbar or navigation bar. Obviously, open menu button also has animation. Each line is supposed to move in a different pace, but infinite times. Here we go with the menu button animation. See how all 3 lines are moving at the same pace? Nah, not on my watch. Animation delay to the rescue. By the way, this video is too sped up to see the actual web page animation. After the coding part is done, we will admire our work slowly. Current color in CSS basically means use the current text color. Remember when the close button changed color when hover in the demo? Well, here is why. I just realized I forgot to add a logo inside Navbar. Well, the first video is already done with the demo, might as well forget it. We will see these Navbar styling after JavaScript, so I can open and close it with the button. See whole functionality of Navbar all at once. Remember the nav links changing color on hover? Well, this is why. Here comes the diamond thing that was beside the active link. We calling it separator. It will only display beside active or hover link. This separator made my brain start singing. Shine bright like a diamond. This AI guy singing is very cringe. I guess we are using the same scroll bar for this navbar. Fashion and stuff, you know. This overlay is a shadow of darkness that will overcome everything when the navbar opens, and everything will hide under this overlay when active. Real scary stuff for my web page content. Let me slowly go over the code to see if I missed anything. I can't trust myself anymore. I will speed up the video more until I have to write something, or you guys will get bored. Here it is, our legend border that we forgot. Clap for me one more time, guys. Yup, everything looks good so far. Let's work on media queries. Fun fact, I almost forgot to add this media query video that I made. But fortunately, I remembered before uploading this video. That's why video came so late. I prefer to code mobile first, then larger screen sizes. It saves me a lot of coding, but it's my personal preference. If you are wondering why we need media queries, well, look at the image. For screens wider than 102 for pecs, we are adding padding to main and header. Removes transition effects from the header. Adjusts logo position and stacking when the header is sticky. For screens wider than 768px, centers logo text inside the header. Looks better now. Let's deal with our JavaScript. Alright, let's be serious for JavaScript. We are adding the event listener to the window here. I think I should make a detailed video on all JavaScript event listeners. We are here toggling the sticky class on header. When the user scrolls down more than 90 pixels from the top of the page, the header becomes sticky fixed at the top of the viewport. This function adds event listeners to multiple elements at once. We will use it soon. Now we tackle Navbar and its children. Make sure to write the correct attributes of all elements to target correct elements. By the way, Query Selector takes one element while Query Selector targets all elements. In this case, all the elements with data nav toggler class. Now we also targeting overlay, obviously. This function toggles the visibility of the navbar and overlay when the navbar toggler elements like a menu button are clicked. This function will close the navbar when the user clicks outside of it. Pretty cool, right? Now whenever we click the link, we want the web page to scroll smoothly and elegantly to the targeted section. We also want the current active link to be highlighted. This code will highlight the navigation link corresponding to the currently active section of the page. By the way, hash refers to the fragment identifier of a URL. It is used to select elements on the page corresponding to the ID specified in the URL fragment. This code will smoothly scrolls to the section of the page corresponding to the clicked navigation link. Prevent fault is a built-in function in JavaScript that stops the default behavior of an event from occurring. Let me add some of the main code to test this homepage animation. Looks good. What the hell happened to the close button? Let's hunt down the culprit. Okay, so this row class I always create for flexing stuff, but forgot here. Let's add it, we might use it in future. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes our flexing code. Looks good so far. Let's see it on big screen. I sped this video too because we have some issues to deal with. This looks lovely, but this logo as well as arrows down are coming over overlay. No one crosses overlay, no one. Best way to find the culprit is to inspect the sus element. Considering how we can create element layered over each other using z-index, I will see if I can lessen z-index of logo and scroll. Or I can also increase z-index of overlay. Depends what helps, what ruins the animations here. Apparently there is no z-index in overlay, just opacity. I will add the z-index property in overlay to 1 and see if it works, even with logo and scroll z-index being there. Sounds like it's working. Let's add it to the real code. Clap for me for real this time, cause this looks dope. Or not. Notice anything sus? Right side top as usual, JavaScript being the pain in some place. Let's get this thing better. Where is this offset top? Let's forget the offset up. My dumb self used query selectoral for all sections, which is fine overall, but for now we only have one. Now, let's add the full code and see if the error vanishes. So after adding full code, let's see the results. Nice, nice. Beautiful. Show stopping. Pretty, pretty. I think I should just shut up now. By the way, next video in the playlist, we will work on about section. Did you guys notice? No error anymore. Yahoo! I am tired of talking, and I am sure you guys are tired of listening to my dead humor that AI guy made so bland. But then again, can't expect AI voice over to have emotions. Expressing my heartbreak. If you guys have dealt with my dead humor for 24 minutes straight then,